And then I should call and be like, well, this person didn't say nothing, like, yo.
Right, you don't want to burn nobody down, but people say no, or they stall you, or they say, I'm going to do it, but then they stall you, you know what I'm saying, and it just never happens, you know what I mean. Kweli said no, right? And I can say that with no malice because I appreciated him saying no.
Yeah, I'd rather have an answer than no.
Yeah, he said no twice. I double back. Yeah, he said no. I respect that. I don't care about his reasoning because, again, this is his friend. Exactly. He don't got to do nothing. But so I respect that. There's other people, you know, it's like, huh? Like, okay. But then you understand, all right, the way that they dealt with Weldon in death is how they deal with him in life. I mean, and that's just my take on it. That's some of the family's take on it. But we're gonna tell a great story anyway because we're not reducing Weldon to hip hop or Nina. These are big chapters in his life. Yeah. But we're moving away from qualifying who a person is based upon who they helped that was bigger than them. Like that, the revenge of the nerds right now. We're not going for like, oh yeah, Victorious helped this person, and he remember that Victorious did that for that person. That's with this film. That's done. It's gonna be a revolution of the entourage or whatever, revolution of the mentors or whatever. We gonna. It don't end up good. It don't end up being the Ghost Rider good where you damn I had balls and then you know it's like none of that don't end up good, bro. Because you don't have at the end of the day you want people to know. You know what I mean? You look at a video and or album artwork and you praise the artist, damn, it's a genius, you know what I'm saying, video that let's say your boy Childish Gambino did and shit. Yeah. But how many people, you know, could name the director of the video? You know what I mean?
I don't think they even post that anymore. Like back in the day, you see like, you know, name of the artist, well, that's, the single, the album, the video director, the record label. Now everything just straight to YouTube anyway. Right.
But YouTube would still, you know, but YouTube will list it, but how many people actually care and read it, right, and memorize it? So we say Childish, oh man, woo, that was a good video, which it was. But then what about the director? You know, and we're assuming that Childish Gambino wrote the treatment. Maybe he did. He's a good writer. But it's like, to be there in that shadow, you know what I mean, it's tough. And I'm only about 40, you know what I'm saying? Weldon dealt with that for 40 years of being in the shadow and having that, his calling card is, you heard Nina Simone, right? Well, I did this 20 years ago with her. You know, Q-tip, right? And so what he would do is he would walk around with cassette tapes of his songs where he thought people would want to sample with his phone number and be like, yo, I'm cool, you can sample me. That's what he would do. He would tape everything. Like I have a tape right here that he did 1977 with his play Young, Gifted, and Broke. And so he taped everything. He made it easy for me, at least in that way.
I think I've got 2 cassettes in my house.
I now have 50 thanks to Weldon. Thanks, Weldon, for all these. I have 50, you know, of these tapes, and I got them very recently. I got them this year.
Still playing?
Yeah. No, these are him talking and all that. So yeah, it's now part of the film. Marjorie Moon, you know, from Billie Holiday Theater, she gifted these tapes right to her son. I have now, you know, and like I have Carlos Davis, one of his childhood friends, did a student film about Weldon in 76, 77. So he let me use that film for archive drawing. Done messed up the tape. That's why you don't, you know. But I'm old school, so I know how to fix it. So it's cool.
Crazy cool.
It's cool. Crazy cool. Yeah. You born in the 80s?
Yeah.
Was he? Okay, yeah. I'm like, no, that's not how you do that. I got it. Nah, I teach the old school tricks. Shit. Oh, man. The 80s were a blessed time to be born. That's what's up.
82.
Oh, man, young brother, that's what's up. You never heard that before, right?
When I go to buy liquor, sometimes they say, hey, you got ID? No, I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. So that's what I got, man, you know.
And also, that's what I want to know also.
Yeah.
When do you think you're going to be putting the full documentary out?
Be done, I would think, by July, August, but, you know, I need distribution. Got so, you know, there are film festivals. There's one that I'm looking at, Doc NYC, that's in November, and the deadline to submit in that is end of July. But besides that, I don't know, just need distribution. I'm not going to throw it on YouTube, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Well, nothing's wrong with that actually, or Vimeo.
But it's such a big project. You want it to be seen. Well, you to be seen everywhere, but you want it to be seen on a big stage.
Right. Like I mean, let me not say I don't know. I will be screening it in November.
Okay.
As far as what they mean when they ask me about like theatrical releases, being on Netflix, that I don't know. But I will be screening it at least myself in November. Which means like booking out theaters, myself and doing my own little tour, which is something that I know how to do from music business. Okay. So yeah, November people gonna see it.
All right.
You're gonna pay me to see it. That's what they're gonna do.
Definitely November.
Yeah, November Hook by Crook. If I or y'all can all come find me. I mean, people gonna find me because people give me money. Like I raised $25,000, so it's people's money that I have to account for. yeah, and I have some pretty good clips so far.
All right.
Yeah, everything is doing well.
Yeah. Well, nice sitting down with you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Finally.
Yeah.
This was a dope interview.
Thank you.
Know about Weldon Irvine's early life, his late life, in between. I can't wait to see the documentary. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be really dope. Not just for like hip hop heads, but just like for people in general. To see like what it takes to like do music and like the stress that comes along with it, or even like we were talking about being the Yoda, so to speak, teaching everyone and not being
Obi-Wan,
the guy in the limelight and being the guy in the shadow.
Obi-Wan, because Obi died.
Right, I'm not really a star.
Yoda's still alive, right? Obi-Wan Kenobi died.
I'm not gonna say that's a spoiler because everyone knows seen Star Wars but me, but
it finna like the documentary. We start on the death. We start on
we work backwards pretty much.
Yeah, we just start. It's like, cause I feel like we said earlier, knowing what happens in the film, it shouldn't ruin the film.
Yeah,
like
because you already know what happened. It's like
right.
The Tupac movie. You know Tupac died there,
right? It's
but
like,
you gonna see it anyway.
Or like Fruitville Station, like we knew Oscar Grant dies at the end, but it still was like worth. And we still like, damn, what? Oh, that did happen. Yeah. So I don't really believe in spoilers for any type of film. But if the film is good, you can see it more than once, and you already knew what happened, but it's still good.
Exactly.
So that's my view. But we talk about the suicide. It ain't all like doom and gloom, but there's a common thread throughout the whole thing where people stop asking me what happened and why he did it, and you could just see, your own conclusion based upon the different things that did not happen in his life that he really needed to happen. And a lot of folks don't talk to me because they're guilty too, but that's another story, But I'm not going to, there's people who have very, very specific ideas about Weldon and hip-hop and hip-hoppers. I will be leaving those ideas out for the most part. I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna burn nothing down or anybody down. However, one of my fundraising perks were that people can, at a certain level, they're able to have access to the interviews, the 4 interviews of their choice. Because interviews be like 2-3 hours, whittled down to like 2-3 minutes, if you were interested. So there's a whole lot more that was said. A lot of that stuff, people stealing the music, people not this whole thing, in order for a hip hop producer, let's say, to live, so they think, to live, then all these soul and jazz and rock and blues artists must die. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, yo, you told him I sampled Chuck. You told him that. Well, how am I gonna eat now?